Yo, what's up? You ready? Alright. I lost the footage of showing the ingredients, doing the Vanna White thing where I wave my hand in front of them. So we'll just have to make do. We're going to be making a triangle chip burger. We're going to get it in the pan on low. This machine goes up to 7, and I've gone it on about 2, because these patties are so thick that if we go any higher, the outside will end up essentially fried in its own fat and overly tough before the inside comes up to temp properly. As far as the burger, we got usual suspects. We got a bun. We've got some medium cheddar cheese here that I like. Half-pound patty, 80-20, which is a 20% fat. Ranch-flavored triangle chips. A salt-free Greek seasoning that I really like. It's just, it's nice. And good old regular ketchup. So after we pop it in the pan, we're going to let it hang out for about 6.5, 7 minutes or so, till the juices just start to push their way through the top. And it's all thawed all the way through. Meanwhile, we'll just sort out a way to flip it. I'm going to use gloves because my tongs are dirty today, and I don't really feel like going to wash them right now. Once it's on the other side, we'll season it up a bit. And be sure to pour any dry spices or blends into the hand or a small cup before they're applied to your food in order to keep moisture out of the original container. Because it'll cake it up and make them spoil faster. You see people doing it all the time. And it's not the end of the world, but it really does keep the quality up, and it helps you avoid the situation where you have steak seasoning or something and it's just all chunky in the bottom and it doesn't come out anymore, so you gotta throw it away. And they're already $10 each anyway, so why waste it? Just pour it in the hands. Okay, and we've got second flip coming in here pretty soon, about 13 minutes. And side 2 is going to get some love with seasoning. And we can go ahead and set up our bun. One thing to keep in mind when assembling burgers is where the patty is going to live inside the burger. What is touching it. Naturally, the patty is hot and the other stuff, isn't. So it'll wilt lettuce and warm tomatoes and things like that. But on the good side, it can work in your favor to gently melt cheese or compound butter or onion jam, I guess. But if it's up against the bread, it'll release liquid into it, resulting in your soggy bread, usually the bottom bun, which didn't have as much room to absorb moisture anyway before becoming waterlogged. And generally I'll solve this little mini dilemma with a cheese wall. So I like to put cheese between the bottom bun and the patty to keep the liquid out. And the patty will melt the cheese as it sits on the burger. Usually it's in the hot window for, a minute or two anyway, so it ends up melting all the same. Well, I've been chatting shite just long enough, then we're about ready for our final flip to the first side, third side, fourth side. We're going to flip it again. And we can tell we're ready because the juices being pushed through the top are just starting to run clear, which means that the red from the hemoglobin in the blood has denatured a bit and it's now cooked. So it goes from looking like blood to looking pretty much like water with little rendered fat globules coming out of it as well. And alright, near the end, we'll just finish up by chucking one piece of cheese on there to soften up real quick. If I had a lid, I'd use that to properly melt it, but I don't. And then we'll prep our plate with some chips. And when removing the burger from the heat, be sure to put large thumbprints in the cheese as you remove it to establish dominance. Make sure it knows who is going to be eating and who is being eaten. Add a few triangle chips to the top. There we go. See you next week.